The narcissist's biggest fear is being found out. They have built their entire lives around a false facade, which they plan on upholding to the death. They must wield complete control over those around them, to maintain that false reality. So when the narcissist knows you've figured him out, things don't bode well. Here are 15 reactions you can expect. 1. Gaslighting. Narcissists are masters at using gaslighting, to subtly warp and control a person's sense of reality. You can expect gaslighting to be one of the first and regularly called upon tactics, when the narcissist knows you have found them out. They will want to change the entire storyline in your mind, so that you no longer view them in the truth of who they are, but instead, as how they want and expect to be perceived. 2. Baiting. Baiting is where the narcissist will intentionally antagonize you, push you, and entice you into an argument, because they want to get a heavy reaction out of you. Attacking your integrity, and honing in on the things they know will hurt you the most, is how they will get you to bite. They'll get you so riled up and feeling the need to defend yourself against their attacks, that the stage has been set. Now that they've baited you into a fight, they'll switch to cool, calm and collected, while you're left standing there yelling, crying and feeling totally out of control. What's really happening, is that your reactions hand them the very evidence that they want, to make you look like the crazy and unhinged one, not them. 3. Leveling. Leveling is a strategy where the narcissist plays tit for tat. They'll counter any claim you have against them, with something they say you've done equally as often, if not more than them. It doesn't matter to them whether the things they're leveling with are real or fictional, as long as they support their agenda. Leveling is a way for the narcissist to avoid responsibility and say, "See, you're just as guilty as I am, so don't you dare cast judgment upon me." They aim to bring you down to their level, because they don't have the ability to meet you up where you are. The most powerful thing about leveling is that when the narcissist subtly attacks your morals, of which they have none, a person with integrity will be mortified. The thought of being accused of behavior that you know is not in line with who you truly are, will have you outraged and keen to defend yourself. 4. Stonewalling and silent treatment. This is a refusal to communicate with you, as punishment for daring to call them out, or even subtly question their false reality. Stonewalling is where they say whatever they want to say, then block you from being able to respond. They might rage at you or rattle off a list of things that you've done, then walk away or hang up the phone. You'll be left feeling frustrated, invalidated and alone by being shut off from expressing your truth. The more you try to express yourself to them, the more they punish you by not responding. This will lead to you losing control and chasing after them, desperate for communication or closure on the topic. The narcissist wants to be chased because it makes them feel powerful and special. And with you chasing them, you'll be running straight back into their cycle of abuse, which is right where they want you. 5. Trauma bonding. When the narcissist knows you've figured them out, they'll want to strengthen the trauma bond, which increases the stronghold they have on you. Trauma bonding is where the narcissist gets you to feel so loyal and emotionally connected to them, that the thought of leaving, even if you don't love them anymore, is too hard to fathom. The subtle way they do this is through intermittent punishments and rewards. They will punish you by withholding the things they know you crave the most, for example, affection, communication, money or physical assistance. Then the narcissist will reward you at a random time, when it suits them. The reward could be as simple as talking to you again, and pretending like nothing even happened. You will be so thankful for their breadcrumb, and that everything is okay again, that you'll be flooded with relief. This relief releases the feel-good chemicals in your body, making you feel way more amazing about this scrap of attention, than what the action is worthy of. Throughout this subtle punishment and reward process, your body becomes addicted to the highs and lows. Your body learns that the narcissist is the bringer of relief from your anxiety, even though they were the very ones to have created the anxiety in the first place. 6. Projection. The narcissist relies so heavily on the false world their ego has created, that they genuinely see their world as the truth. Any perceived criticism that comes their way, cannot be allowed to enter that false world. Narcissists absolutely cannot take responsibility for any of the negative behaviors, because to acknowledge them, would be to admit that they're not perfect. So, for the narcissist to stop accusations from being able to penetrate their false reality, they will throw them outward, and project them onto you or someone else. Their ego deems that since you are the one to have brought the attack to them, you must be the problem. It superimposes the very things that the narcissist was doing right back onto you, like a hologram. Now the ego truly does see you as the doer of all the bad things. This is where you get lined up in the ego's crosshairs, and attacked for causing these fleeting feelings of shame, guilt, anger, resentment, and unworthiness within the narcissist. The ego must annihilate you, in order to feel better and to make sure that the threat no longer exists. 7. Playing the victim. Narcissists are masters at playing the victim, because the truth is, that's what they really believe. They feel entitled to you and all that they want to harvest from you, whether it be money, sex, status, the appearance of family life, or having an emotional punching bag on hand at all times. No matter what the narcissist is gaining from you, they have no appreciation for it, because they expect you to be handing those things over. So, when you stop supplying the narcissist with the resources they're mining, they will slip straight into victim mode. Intriguingly, the narcissist will see you as being the abusive one, for not allowing them to abuse you. 8. Emotional blackmail. As much as narcissists can't feel true empathy or compassion, they sure know how to manipulate others with it. Given that most of us who ended up entangled with narcissists are people with high levels of integrity and empathy, our own best traits ended up being used against us as a weapon. Narcissists use the love bombing phase to build trust, and get their target to open right up to them. While the person is falling for the narcissist's charm, they are handing over all of their deepest hopes, dreams, desires, fears and insecurities. Little do they know that the narcissist will use all of those precious things against them later. When the narcissist needs to emotionally blackmail you into staying in their cycle of abuse, they will try and get you to feel sorry for them, instead of trying to hold them accountable. They know exactly which tactics will play on your compassionate side, and will use those to make you feel guilty for questioning them. 9. Blame shifting. When the narcissist knows you have figured them out, they will almost always resort to blame shifting. This is where they will divert all responsibility for their actions onto you, the dog, their boss, the lady at the grocery store, anyone but themselves. Saying, "If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done all of the things I've done," is the ultimate avoidance of responsibility. 10. Raging. When the narcissist knows you're onto them, their entire false self will be feeling threatened and under siege. They'll be experiencing the full fear of being exposed, and as a result, fly into a rage. Narcissists with a violent tendency will punch the wall, throw things, slam doors and sometimes even get physical with people. Verbal abuse can also be prevalent with narcissistic rage. Covert narcissists are more likely to use passive aggression while in a rage, which is where they will malevolently insinuate with their hurtful words, without being direct. Raging is a huge outward display of intimidation. They want to snap you back into line by playing on your fears. 11. Narcissistic phology. If the narcissist thinks an apology will work to hook you back into their delusion, they can easily dish one up. However, it won't be authentic. There won't be any meaning behind the words, and most importantly, they won't feel any remorse. The only true apology is changed behavior, which is where the narcissist will fail, every single time. 12. Devaluation. Narcissists love to make you feel like you're worthless because ultimately, that's how they feel deep down about themselves. But they are repulsed by feeling those things, therefore they dump them onto you, to wear for them instead. Devaluation is all about breaking you down, and making you feel like you need them to survive, even though the truth is actually the opposite. Narcissists cannot survive without a host to leech off, but their superiority complex cannot stand the idea of anyone cottoning on to that fact. So, if you're building yourself up to become stronger when the narcissist knows you have figured them out, they will aim to tear you right back down again. 13. Hoovering. When the narcissist knows you've figured them out and you decide to walk away, they will try every trick in the book to hoover you back into their toxic cycle. Hoovering can look very similar to the initial love bombing phase, where they shower you with gifts, flattery, attention and so forth. Even if you maintain no contact, they will disrespect your boundaries and invite themselves back into your life, in the most seemingly innocent of ways. It's all a hoax to get you back in their grip. There's one thing you can be sure of: if you allow them back into your world, the abuse will only get worse as time goes on. They will intend on punishing you for escaping, plus they will know that your tolerance level of their behavior has just increased. 14. Smear you publicly. When the narcissist knows you are onto them, they'll want to control the storyline in every possible way. They cannot afford to have anyone hear your side of the story and potentially be unmasked. Smear campaigns are common narcissist tactics, where they will talk to everyone they possibly can, before you have a chance to. They'll paint themselves as the poor victim while making you out to be the abusive one, who's treated them terribly. The narcissist will stop at nothing, to make sure no matter what you counter with, you will be left looking like the crazy one. Their ego cannot risk being exposed, so they must annihilate you before you can do it to them. Often, flying monkeys will be enlisted by the narcissist, to spy on you and take information back to them, plus to help spread false rumors about you. Devastatingly, flying monkeys will often be your own friends and family, who have no idea that the narcissist is a pathological liar. 15. Discard you before you can discard them. Finally, when the narcissist knows you've figured them out, they will want to discard you before you have the chance to do it to them. Remember, the narcissist's ego is on the line, so if people see that they've been dumped, they will feel publicly humiliated and rejected. To save face, they'll discard you first, then replace you as quickly as they can. Then get ready for the honeymoon phase with the new supply, to be splattered all over social media, just to rub it in your face and show the world that they're good without you. In fact, they want to paint the picture, that they were always the ones who brought all the goods to the table, and you're nothing without them. I cannot recommend enough, to block them in every way, so that you don't have to be triggered by their public displays of falsity to the world, who will believe their BS and infuriate you even more. For more on narcissism, head to unmaskingthenarc.com.